for another reading.
Hello?
Hi,
Hey.
this is Daniel John calling.
Yep.
So someone wrote your number and said you resonated with some of the stuff I was saying?
I did. It matches my dad, 100%.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
I lost my dad a few years ago. You still miss him. In fact, I still think about calling him. It's been 4 years, and I still think about calling him. It's interesting. So can you give me a little bit on how that resonates with your dad?
My dad was a firefighter. My dad was, I lost both of them when I was 12. And my dad was 14 years from retiring. 14 months from retiring, and his badge number was 14. He always kept a pocket full of keys. His grandmother was Betty, and his best friend was Ernie. So it fits into a T.
And what was his name?
Rick. And then he has 2 boys and a girl named Katrina.
Oh, wow. Anything with the yo-yo? I'm just asking. I'm not tuning in yet. I'm just asking. Yo-yo can be...
The way that you explained it is my life has been up and down the last couple months.
Now, and what's your...
And he always...
Go ahead.
And he always had one on his desk. It was an old wooden one from Toys for Joys.
No way. And what was your first name?
Rick.
Oh, so you're a junior?
Yeah, I'm the third.
Nice. Now, when you said you lost both of them, are you saying both your parents?
Yeah, I lost both my parents when I was 12, 6 months apart.
I'm really sorry for your loss, Rick.
Yeah. You learn from it.
Yeah. Let me see what I can get. I want to give you something so you know that this is them. Why would they be referencing? Well, and again, this is the beginning. I don't know if you've ever watched me before, or even if you're watching now, but it starts off slow, and then we start to get into it. Why would they be referencing math? Is someone a math teacher, or is there some reference to math? It's a weird thing, but...
My dad's sister is a math teacher.
Okay, is she still here with us?
And one of my weakest subjects were math.
One of your what?
One of my weakest subjects were math.
Oh, okay. Your dad's sister is still here?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Karen?
It's the K. I knew it. I should have said it. You said Karen?
Yep.
Was she someone who stepped up when he passed away for you?
She took care of a lot of the financial stuff and helped out with a lot of things.
I don't know if you're watching on the thing, but my arms are all goosebumps. He wants to make sure you think. Would you call her Aunt Karen?
I do.
Make sure you thank Aunt Karen for taking care of, and there's a lot of emotion behind it, man. Make sure you thank. Remember how I said the K earlier? I don't know if you were watching. Were you watching live?
Yep. I was.
Yeah. So it's really weird how Spirit piggybacks things. But please thank Aunt Karen.
She handled everything for him.
Yes.
Before the passing.
I wish you could. I don't know if you guys can you have tonight you came on to thank her because there's a lot. I don't usually get emotional, but there's a lot of emotion behind the thank you for her. It's huge, and she's the math teacher, the K.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. It's a huge thank you. And I think she did even more than you think. I'm not saying that you don't get what she did or don't understand what she did, but I think the what she did was kind of downplayed by people. I don't know if she needed the recognition. She probably didn't want it. But from the other side, there's a huge amount. I can't even use words enough of the gratitude and appreciation that your parents are giving to her. So please make sure.
All of our life, my dad always told us that someday it would make sense. But when they did pass away, since we were born, she was putting money in a bank account for us, and when they passed away, she gave it to us. So she handled everything for him.
So this is What you just said is something that's going to help you cope a little bit more with everything that happened, because then I say this as a cliche. I'm not saying this because this is what I'm getting or feeling, but this is what I know, is that her acting like that, and me, not me, I'll take me out of it. You getting this information from someone that doesn't know anything about the situation, the K, the math, and the fact that she did that even before they passed, is to show you and illustrate to you that this was part of a bigger plan. And it was meant to be before you got here, that they were going to leave you at a young age. And I think actually, deep down inside, do you think you actually understand and know that? And it's been hard, I don't know. I did lose my dad, but later in life. But I'm being told that and I think the yo-yo thing is actually representative of your last 20 years, 15 to 20 years. I don't, it just kind of comes in. But I think you always seem to, this is kind of like what I'm feeling, and I don't usually read psychically, but I feel like you always rise to the top, even though you don't really know you do.
Absolutely. I don't let anything hold me back, and especially what's going on recently. I get on top of it and I keep walking forward. And that's something that my dad always told me, no matter how much you get knocked down the mountain, you gotta keep climbing up.
Do you have a sister?
I do.
How many? Just the one?
I have one biological and then two stepsisters. My sister's name is Katrina.
Who's the A name?
The A name? I have a brother named Aaron.
Oh, maybe he wants to go there.
And my aunt, Anna, she's the one that raised us when they passed away.
Yeah, I was going to say double A too. Where's he going with this? Hold on. This is interesting.
A while before they passed away, when I was 10, my mom had a drug addiction, and my aunt took custody of us, and that's where we always lived, and my dad came and started living downstairs, so it makes sense to me that it was with my aunt, Anna Mae, and they were very, very close.
I'm wondering if the gratitude is carrying over from Aunt Karen to, Anna as well. Who is Anna to you?
Yeah, my aunt. That's my mom's sister.
Your mom. Okay, so that's why I heard sister A. It's not your sister. See, that's an example of how this is so sometimes hard for me. Is like, I hear sister, I get A. It's not your sister, it's A. It's your mom's sister. So this is your mom coming through. Your mom feels different, and I'm just telling you, I know some of this stuff sounds stupid, but your mom feels very significantly different than your dad.
Absolutely.
She seems a little bit more, and I don't know, don't quote me on their personalities in life, but she feels a little bit more timid, and I don't want to use, you said something with drugs, and I don't want to use the word that's not a good word to use. She just feels different, and she feels a little bit more...
She was very different.
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, did they pass together?
They passed 6 months apart, exactly.
Did you reference anything to the head thing? I don't know if you were watching when I said someone wore a hat and didn't have hair.
My dad was starting to go bald.
Yeah, no, it was more of if someone has cancer, they have the skin at the bottom, almost like someone wears a hat if they get a complete buzz. I just wanted to see if you referenced if you understood what that meant.
My dad's father, Raymond, he had cancer. He always wore a hat from what I learned and heard.
Did you have you had? It would make sense to me if you wondered who was there to greet them when they passed. If you did, that might be.
Just randomly last night, a woman messaged me about my grandfather and told me how amazing it was, what they did for him, and how hard it was when he passed away. You know, he was such a huge person in the community. For the first time in my 26 years of life, I heard about him for the first time yesterday.
Okay, well then this is confirmation that he passed before your parents did?
Yes.
Okay, then this is confirmation for you that, especially if that just happened yesterday, that he was the one to greet them. Who passed first, if you don't mind me asking?
My dad.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He was definitely there for them, and they were there for her. That's what I feel. But she needed to, take it. You know, when we pass, it's really complicated. But she took a little bit different of a route. But that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
bad.
it was rough for her.
Doesn't mean anything bad. It's like was your grandpa the other Rick? Was he a Rick as well?
Raymond.
Oh, okay.
I have a brother, Rick.
And what's your name?
Rick.
You guys have the
Three
same.
of us, my dad, him, and me.
What's that?
There's my father, Rick, there's my brother, Rick, and then there's me.
You're all named. You have a brother with the same name?
Yes. The exact same name.
I don't think I've ever heard that besides George Foreman. You brothers. You and your brother have the same first, middle, and last name?
Absolutely.
Wow. Cool. I want to give you a little bit more. I can't tell if they're bowling pins, but there's something with pins falling. I don't know if your dad was a bowler, but I usually see bowling differently, but I see something with pins falling. But they don't look like bowling pins to me. This is weird. Hold on a second. Okay, I guess I read that one wrong then. Whose birthday's coming up? And it's got to be close. I know there's so many people and birthdays and stuff. Whose birthday is? It's got to be pretty soon, or around this month. They were actually candles. I saw them wrong. So there's a happy birthday or someone's birthday. You know who that could be?
The lady was messaging me because it was, I don't know, nobody, I want to say my sister Rachel's birthday is coming up. But I know that my grandfather's birthday is the 20th of this month.
Oh, the same grandfather we were talking about?
Yes.
Okay, then that's just validation that it's him as well. Okay. All right, so that was a triple validation that Grandpa, whose birthday is the one who greeted your dad when he crossed, especially if he just came up the other day. Was your grandpa religious?
Yes.
Like I'm seeing a huge cross.
Yeah, my father was very religious too. He was Lutheran.
I can't say that. Oh boy. I'm not going to bury myself with that one. Wow. They're pretty, I don't know if it's your grandpa or your dad whose personality I'm picking up, but it's very stern. It's very like,
That's my father.
That's your dad?
Yeah. The lady told me that they both, you know, obviously when my dad's dog, he was, they spoke with a gruff, but everybody could see through it.
Huh.
But my dad was very strict.
Okay. He's rewording what he said, which I'm not going to say. He's saying religion is a good foundation, and I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to use the words he said, but it's a good foundation, is what it is. It's a foundation to start with.
Okay.
Are you? Well, there's a reason he would bring it up. Are you struggling with your spirituality, religion, or have you been, or thought
Yeah,
about?
I've been questioning things a lot lately.
Lately, okay. Um,
in the last month.
he just said, and this is pretty common, but I'm going to say what he said. He said, ask and you shall receive. I don't know if that's something he used to say, but what I take from that is, and this is something I tell people all the time, is you meditate. And the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, him, will give you answers. I actually read a book or recommended a book today that I haven't recommended in a long time. Is this the one I'm supposed to recommend to him? It's called The Universe Has Your Back. It's by Gabby Bernstein. If you want to check that out, it's really weird. I recommended that today. But if you...
My dad always used to tell me he won't know what I want if I don't ask.
Okay. Well, then maybe that was meant to be. So you meditate. You ask. I think, you came on here for a reason tonight. So meditate. Use Headspace, Calm. It's an app. It takes 10 minutes. This is the best way I can explain meditation. You close your eyes, you focus on your breath, and then when you start thinking about stuff, say, okay, no problem, I'm thinking about stuff, that's okay, let me go back and focus on my breath. That's it. That's all meditation is catching yourself thinking. So then when you're out driving through the day and you see someone cut you off, you're like, you take that breath, it brings you back to your meditation, you say, that's just a person who's made a mistake or they're having a bad day or whatever, and you let it go. And then you become a completely different person. That is where it really comes in. So meditate, ask, and the universe, whatever you want to call it, him, will give you answers and guide you in the right direction. But I feel like I don't know, with you, I just keep seeing a wave, and I just keep seeing you getting to the top of it. But there's something I have for you, and I'm trying to figure out what it is.
I come on these all the time, and I just wait to hear. And, tonight is it just feels like it was meant to happen.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? From a human perspective, it's like how...
It's still hard because I haven't completely grieved both of them, and I always have questions, and this helps.
Can I ask you a question? I know there's like 160 something people on here, but do you drink at all?
No.
Do you if I guess I can't ask anything else. Is there something you go to, whether it be drugs, alcohol, or something else that you use as a release that might not be the best option?
As my father and both grandfathers did.
Say again?
Cigars, and they were huge into cigars, both my father and my grandparents, both my grandfathers.
Do you smoke them now?
I do. I smoke cigars almost every day of my life.
Oh, I was gonna say. I was gonna ask you if you take it to an extreme.
For a while, I was going to the cigar shop every single day.
Okay, is that what it is? I feel like I originally thought maybe it was alcohol that's more common than cigars, but I think it's kind of blocking you from like letting go. I think you use it almost as a catalyst, like as a crutch is the right word I think I'm looking for. And every time you want to go grab one, maybe meditate on it. And I think answers will become a little bit more clear, because when I know there's something you need and it's like one thing, but I can't give it to you. You need to figure out what it is for yourself. And it's not like major. Well, it is major in that it's something that will help you majorly, but it's a simple thing. Does that make sense?
It does.
So next time you go grab the cigar, and I just thought drink because that was a little more common, maybe say, nah, you know what, I'm going to go meditate. I know it sounds kind of dumb, but if you do that, you will be rewarded handsomely. That's what I'm here to tell you tonight.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and message me, keep in touch. I think how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
26.
Okay. You, I have to ask you this. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people here, but what do you do for work?
I'm a plumber. My great grandfather George was the first ever licensed plumber in Rensselaer County, and then my grandfather Raymond, and my father, and now I do the same thing.
Do you have a passion for it?
I do. I love it.
Awesome.
I wouldn't do it. I don't want to do anything else.
Awesome. You do that. There's something else you need to do. I don't know what it is because every time I keep asking, I get blocked. But there's something else you're here for, and you got to figure out. And when you do, I really want to know because I think it's pretty big. And I don't usually. I mean, you've probably watched my lives. I don't think I've ever told anybody this, but there's something about you. You're. This is man. There's a lot of man, you're poised for greatness. You have the ability to do something, keep doing your plumbing thing, but you have an ability to do something else. I'm assuming it's in the spiritual realm because of my feelings, but I would seek for it and find out, and it might not happen immediately, but I feel like there's something. I know I'm kind of mumbling. Have you ever felt like there was something calling you or something that you were itching to do but you didn't really quite know what it was, and then you've always just kind of not really thought about it? I know it sounds dumb, but
politics.
Oh, it's politics. Do you look at people differently than? Well, I guess you wouldn't know, right? You're looking at them. I don't know. You figure it out. But when you do, let me know because I'm interested. But there's something that you're here to do that might be. You could still do the plumbing thing, but for instance, I have my full-time job and I do this on the side. I think there might be something for you to figure out what you need to do to, because we all come.
I worked on the ambulance for a long time, helping people, and that's it brings up my dad again. He was a career firefighter for 21 years, and for about 28 years he was a EMT on the ambulance.
Okay.
I have over 31,000 hours of community service. I give a lot.
Have you thought about maybe getting back into that?
I have. It crossed my mind the other day.
Okay. Well, this is the universe nudging you to maybe look back into that.
Okay.
And I'm just telling you, I don't usually get emotional, but there was a lot of love, a lot of emotion, and I'm just going to tell you something, and I know we're live, but there's a lot of sadness still deep in your heart, and you need to release that I think it's holding you back from getting to where you really need to go. I could feel the sadness that's deep in your heart, and
it's extremely hard right now because I'm getting married in March, and it kills me every day that they can't be here. And it hurts a lot planning the wedding. It's holding me back from helping my fiance do things for the wedding just because I wish something was there to help.
Well, I mean, to know, and congratulations. Enjoy every second because it goes by fast. Why would I see the initials TT? I saw Travis Tritt. I don't know if that's one of the songs you're going to play or the initials TT. Why would I see TT in relation to? I don't know if it's a song or your wedding or what. If you can't figure it out, you can let me know later. But
my fiance's name is Tiffany.
Oh. Well, then this may be them supporting you with her. Are you asking? Would you want to ask? I mean, it sounds like a dumb question, but would you want to ask your dad? Hey, do you support this woman I found?
Yeah, it's something that I would want to do.
Well, I mean, I don't know her name, so if he's telling me TT, maybe this is him. No, it is him letting you know that he supports her. She's a tough one, he said. She's a tough one. Is she a tough one?
Yes, she is.
He said she's a tough one, but yeah, he supports her. I mean, I think by him giving me her name or at least her initial, then I think this is him. I think it's more of your dad. I don't think that your mom's not coming through, but I just feel like more of your dad is saying yeah, she's a tough one, but this is something I support you with, and I'll be there. Don't think I'm not. Don't think I won't. be there. I know that sounds pretty cliche, but
No, it helps a lot. You have no clue.
is your oh, this is a dumb question. Is your brother your best man?
Yes, William.
Say again.
William, he's my best friend.
Oh, okay, is your brother in the wedding?
He was gonna, yeah, I planned on him being my best man.
Okay, is there a situation around it?
Just got married.
Okay.
No, we had just been extremely close.
So I'm sorry, I'm confused. Is your brother your best man then, or your friend William?
Not my brother.
Your brother is. Well, it feels unlike him, but something funny is going to happen with your brother at the wedding. Is your brother funny? Someone's funny.
He's obnoxious that wedding.
Okay, so he's going to do something
My
obnoxious.
sister just got married a month or two ago.
Okay.
And he was crazy at that one too.
Okay, well, he
always has sense of sound.
Okay. Well, because there's no time on the other side, they already saw what happened, even though it already, it's all one moment. I know it sounds dumb, but your brother's gonna, from our perspective, when your wedding happens, your brother's gonna do something funny, and your dad is like letting me know about it. So when it happens, just make sure you know your dad's laughing with you.
Okay.
Okay, so that just means, and it's hard to understand, right, from a human perspective. He's already there. He's already at your wedding. It doesn't make sense from our time perspective, but he already knows something's funny is going to happen there. So make sure that when you see my best man's on here, he just made a comment, or my buddy who I was his best man, but make sure that when you laugh at that moment, and he'll send you a little thing, but know that that's his way of letting you know that he's there. And not to single out your mom in any way whatsoever, but your dad has this very strong presence. So.
Yeah, I was closer with my dad.
Yeah, and I know this sounds. I'm just gonna say this, and I know it sounds cliche, and the skeptics of the world can say whatever they want. But he just said, "I love you, son," and I felt the emotion behind it. So please take that, put it right into your heart, and start healing that grief you have deep. It's pretty deep, Rick. And I know you know it's there, and I think you think it's gone, but I think the meditation and praying to God and asking your dad to release it and letting him go and understanding, A, that this was part of a bigger plan, right? You remember we talked about your aunt already like kind of putting your money away and knowing that he was going to go. There's grieving, you miss him. You're always going to miss him. But to know that he's gone, there's no shoulda, woulda, coulda, as it was his time to go, and know that he's being a dad to you from the other side. It's very important for you to know that.
Okay.
All right. All right. Much love to you, Rick. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.